All right, so Danny, what are we looking at today?
Actually, I believe this is the Dell XPS 1, which is based off of the Dell XPS 1.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was the all-in-one computer that we reviewed last year. This is the update to that. And you've been playing with it for a few weeks, Terrence.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You know, I like it for the most part. I found that you know, the touch controls and a lot of the things that we enjoyed from the first XPS 1 are back. The form factor is pretty much the same as well.
It's a big screen. It's what, like a 24-inch screen?
Yeah, it's got a 24-inch screen, which I believe the last model we had was a 20-inch screen, so it has gotten larger. The exact same keyboard is back, so it incorporates the touchpad as well as touch-sensitive media controls. So, I mean, it's your classic all-in-one. It's got a TV tuner. It has a large hard drive. They upgraded the processor on it, 4 gigs of RAM. So, I mean,
as opposed to the last one, which had like 2 gigs.
Yeah, it was 2 gigs of RAM, and it had we're running with a quad core now instead of the Core Duo and stuff like that. So there's actually a lot to like about it. Comes with the remote, comes with the wireless keyboard. So it's a nice all-in-one. I mean, you can kind of do everything to some degree.
Okay, but none of them well. Because we were playing with it earlier. We were playing with the gaming. And that was a little bit choppy. You had it. You were playing Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, I was
playing
playing.
Game.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, I was shooting people left and right, but it was actually a lot of chop, like kind of questionable frame rates, and that was with like all the shading on and things like that. And they upped the graphics card on it too, so it's a little disappointing because the last XPS 1 had problems. Gaming as well. So, I mean, I didn't really care for that. It does still have a Blu-ray drive, so at least as far as, playing movies and stuff like that.
So, could I take that Blu-ray drive and hook it up to my HD TV and watch Blu-rays on my HD TV?
Actually, no, you can't. That's one of the setbacks.
So, it doesn't have video out?
No, it's an all-in-one in that you can't really play nice with a lot of your other components. You know, it's got I believe 4 tweeters and a sub. The sound's not bad, but it's, from what I can tell, the exact same sound from the first XPS 1. It's a jack of all trades, but
a master of none.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
How much will this 24-inch monitor / computer all-in-one cost me? Like if I was going to go out and buy the top-of-the-line version right now.
The top-of-the-line version, which we have pictured here, runs I would say roughly about $2,500. I believe it's like $2,459, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I know how you love dongles.
Can I?
Yeah. You want to touch the dongle? Touch the dongle. You like that?
It's not going to bite.
Yeah,
right?
which is actually So I mean, that's everything.
So wait, what's the purpose of the dongle? I mean, there are 2 types of dongles in the world.
Yes, the purpose of that dongle is to expand its video capabilities. So you've got a composite video as well as analog audio on it. Dell has this habit of just throwing in dongles. I'm sure they have a warehouse of dongles somewhere.
Yes.
And,
you don't want to go into a warehouse.
No, you don't want to go to the dongle warehouse.
Disturbing.
Yes.
Okay, Terrence, so you spent a pretty good amount of time with this guy right here. Say a blue ball rating of 1 out of 10. What would you give this guy right here?
I'd probably have to give it a 7 out of 10. I mean, it definitely fulfills all the roles it's supposed to. It is a classic all-in-one. You can do, TV, computing, gaming. None of them especially well, but I mean, it works. So 7 to 10.
Available right now, Dell.com. All right, Brian.
Hi, Danny.
Enlighten me, dude. I cannot figure out how to open up this. Oh, it's making noises. It's making noises. Oh, you slide it down. Okay, cool. So this is the Sony T500, DSC T500.
That's correct.
Which is a very beautiful, eloquent alphanumeric name. And this is Sony's newest point-and-shooter.
Yes, it is. It's actually not out yet. What makes this
so cool
different than other
than the slidey bit that's impossible to master there
is actually it can also shoot 720p video.
Oh,
believe it or not.
That's high definition video.
That is.
That, and for something that's like in a point and shoot body like that, that's kind of unprecedented.
It is. If you're gonna stick high definition video in a camera, I actually think this is the size to do it in, as opposed to an SLR.
Well, you're much more likely to actually be carrying this thing around with you.
Right, you stick it in your pocket, you whip it out.
Like in the movie theater.
Indeed.
Right.
You have a big 3.5-inch touchscreen menu, actually, so there are no buttons really on the camera at all.
So yeah, there's nothing physical on the
Right,
back there.
everything's accessible from the menu button and gives you all your sort of standard options.
And then also it says on here, it says 16:9 aspect ratio. So it shoots at true widescreen. Yeah.
It does. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So, and one of the handy things actually is it comes with a dock, which you can plug it into, which charges the camera. There's also an HDMI outlet on that dock, so you could feed it directly into your HD TV.
Oh, sweet. So I see it's got a, does it have any kind of image stabilization technology on it at all?
It
I
does.
mean, like, my hands get kind of
Right.
shaky,
All that
especially when
crack.
especially all that crack, and then I try to balance it out with the meth, and that doesn't
Right.
work very well
It just
either.
aggravates it. But
yeah.
actually it does. It has quite nice image stabilization. I was in a bar actually.
A bar?
And I had
Okay.
a few drinks and my hands
Okay.
were shaking, and images turned out fine. So that's sort of another plus with this camera.
Okay, cool. And it's got a Carl Zeiss lens on there.
It does 5x
Once again,
zoom.
whoever Carl Zeiss is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mystery man. who
Mystery
makes
man. I guess
magical
he
lenses.
makes magical lenses. He's probably some elf
Yeah.
somewhere. So it's the DSC T500.
T500.
Out in November, probably.
Late October, early
And
November.
despite the name that sounds like an early version of a Terminator, it doesn't have a plasma gun or liquid metal skin
Right.
at
no,
all.
None
Right.
of that.
With all
This
the
is
extras.
actually one of the nicer point and shoots I've used in quite some time. It beats out, I think, everything else from some of the Canons, the power shots. I think I would have to give this a solid 7.
Solid 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's the DSC T500. 7 out of 10. $350.
Maybe 400.
Maybe 400. We're not even sure yet because
Right.
Sony has not finalized pricing. Sony finalized pricing on this guy. Available sometime in November.
Peace.